there. I am Holly McDonald with the Costa Mesa Pod, where we discuss all things concerning the lifestyle, businesses, and activities that make Costa Mesa such a great place to live. Today I'm with Pete and Zach of More Creatives. Hey guys.
Hey, how are you doing?
Good. I'm excited to hear about all the creative stuff that you guys do. So why don't you tell me a little bit about your business?
Yeah, so More Creatives. So I'm Pete. This is Zach. He is the More behind More Creatives, and we are a creative agency. So we do a lot of different things coming alongside businesses and nonprofits, helping them out with content creation, video production, social media, those different things. They're really just trying to figure out what are the problems that they're facing, what's the why and the reasons of why they're existing, and then helping them really kind of get their voice out and to be heard in this digital age that we live in. So,
yeah, nailed it.
Yeah. And did you start the company then, or did you guys start it together?
So we started together. It all started over sushi.
Over sushi, yes.
Where all great ideas are born,
right? Exactly. Yeah, and that was over a year and a half ago, for sure. So,
yeah. And how did you guys decide to start this?
So I had started brainstorming and dreaming about like doing like a social media company, like a networking company type of thing.
Yeah.
And it was called More Networking. So I had just kicked that off the ground, and I was like reaching out to different churches that I knew, and the company I was working for partnered with the organization that he was working for. So met him through that, and he actually hired me on to help them with videos and things like that. And then we got together and just like, what if we just
share some dreams? And then he told me, and then I was like, then let's go for it.
Yeah. So
that's how More Creatives was born. And then we created the logo, did all the different things, and built the website. And it was like, all right, here it is.
Yeah. Well, so you had the networking aspect of the background, but what was your background? Like, how did you fall into this, business?
Yeah, so networking. I mean, Zach was part of the networking, but then he's also a video guru.
Okay.
So he does video editing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And did you edit that amazing video of the networking event here?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll have to link to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been editing since I was 8 years old. My mom bought me a software for Christmas.
Oh, wow.
And so like since then I just ran with it. Taught myself everything.
That's cool. So you try to learn off of like these gadgets.
Yes. Yeah. And then I was a creative director / pastor for 19 years, and was running a lot of different things, and that's how we came together. And so we took both of our skill sets and our relationships and just all the different things that we learned over time and brought it together. And here we are. Yeah.
And then, so what sort of businesses would you say you help locally? And do you also help on like a nationwide scale, or how does that work?
So the dream is to eventually reach nationwide.
Yeah.
But right now we're all about relationships and being local. Like we want to be the local place for businesses and organizations and nonprofits to come to in Orange County to, help them grow in their creative areas.
So you help a lot with social media, and you help with video and content.
Yeah, content, graphic design. Yeah. We've definitely tried to niche down, but with the needs of our clients and our partners and stuff that we've worked with, it's really been getting into their world and figuring out where they're at, and then creating really kind of a roadmap of, hey, here's a good place to start, and let's continue to help this grow from there. So
it seems like most businesses, especially like entrepreneurs and whatnot, you have to like know how to use your video. Like you might have a video, but then what? Does it just live on your website? You have to put it on all the social media channels. I'm sure that's probably a lot of the needs that you're seeing.
Yeah, definitely so. And all about culture, branding, like all those different things. What are people not just seeing, but what are they actually feeling?
Yeah. So when businesses come to you, is there ever like a conflict of what they tell you that they want to portray and then what you actually see is coming across, and then you have to help them bridge that gap?
Yeah, I would say
I
a
think
lot of the
that's probably
time.
the case.
So most of the, well, not most of the time, but a lot of the time, they'll give me like a super vague direction to go in.
Sure.
So then I'll just, do what I think looks the best, and usually it works out.
Yeah.
But sometimes we get the ones where they're like, "Can we change this and change that?" And I think that's one of our, best skill sets is having quick turnaround time for like revisions.
Oh, nice.
And then the other part of it too was how, this is the year that we're living in. It's very easy to hire and bring on what's called a contractor.
Mhm.
And it's like, oh, here's my project, get this job done. But we have a desire to go deeper than that, to not just be a hired contractor to accomplish what's needed, but to really be a partner.
Yeah.
Because just like for us having our business relationship and all those different things, there's a lot of time and investment that goes into that, and learning about the clients, learning about what makes them who they are,
Yeah.
And then once we get that, then we want to continue to grow deeper and also wider, but
Yeah.
using all the time and the investment that we've all put in
Yeah.
relationally, that's what we really believe then helps actually multiply the effectiveness of what we're able to do.
So then question for you. So once you create the content and you say you're kind of like social media like managers, for lack of a better word, is that accurate or not really?
It's a part of it.
It's a part of it.
So like if you put the content out there, are you the ones that also say, okay, now here's the report back on how many people saw your stuff, or is that not so much your specialty? Is that somebody else?
So sometimes we'll share analytics with
Mhm.
our clients and different things like that, but that's mainly we try to stay away from the marketing side of things.
Okay.
We're more of like the creative mind behind the content, and it's like how like we'll help you push it out and put it out there organically,
Yeah.
but we can't really like promise that's gonna get 1 billion views
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
No,
So,
I think that's an important distinction because I know like if you look online at like what X, Y, and Z can do for you, it's like it's so confusing.
I will say though, like the content that we create,
Uh-huh.
like we know what people want to see.
Yeah.
So we create our content around that fact. Like, okay, do people on your platform, like we'll go through and like look at their audience and who follows them, different things like that. Like
Yeah.
are they going to be interested in this video that I'm creating? So
Yeah.
I think every client, like the style of content is different because we kind of try to go with their audience.
I think that's really smart because
Yeah.
you already know who likes and trusts your clients. So you might as well appeal to them and then people like them that would use their business. So how do you stay on top of the trends? And I mean, that's a lot to sort out for, what if you have like I don't know, like a salon for one client and a doctor for another? Like they're going to be very different audiences. So how do you do that? And don't give away all your tricks.
Honestly, just it sounds crazy, but just scrolling, like scrolling and keeping up with everything. Like, and I know we're in completely different generations, so it's like it's good to see what's appealing to his eye and also appealing to my eye because I'm in Gen Z,
Yeah.
and like we're the ones that like really took over social media, and
Yeah.
like if you see a teenager, they're probably on their phone scrolling.
I know,
So
spending money.
Yeah.
Probably.
And then the other thing I would say to go off of what Zach said though is with social media, the other thing, and just content creation, period, we've got to find a level of consistency.
Yeah.
A lot of people think and hope that, oh, this one thing will go viral and then I'm going to make bank or then I'm going to be successful. When in reality, it's finding consistency. It's nailing down what is the brand voice? What are you trying to communicate? But then on the creative side for us is not making sure that we're not being put in a box so that we can be curious, bringing along the partner and the client
Yeah.
to then say, hey, what is something new that we can do? So yes, we follow along with trends, but we don't want to just be copycats of that.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own unique voice. Like you being who you are, you've had the relationships and the different things that you got through being yourself.
Yeah.
So in essence, it's the same exact thing of who we work with. Like don't fall to comparison traps and all these different things, but then allow yourself to really develop your voice and your brand so that we can then communicate that.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely like setting yourself apart or setting your business apart.
Yeah.
I think is really helps you stand out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is your connection to Costa Mesa? Obviously, we are sitting here in your beautiful office in Costa Mesa. It's the Met.
Yeah.
Right near South Coast Plaza. How'd you end up here? Are you from here? I love to hear people's stories about that
I'm
area.
gonna go first.
Yeah, sure. So I was actually living in Phoenix, and I came out here for college. Ended up not attending college and just working full time, and
Yeah.
then starting this thing. So, kind of, I lived in Santa Ana and then Irvine, and now I live in Newport Beach. So I never lived in Costa Mesa, but I've worked here. My previous office was in Costa Mesa, so I think it's just the perfect area. Like it's just the central business district of Orange County, I would say.
Yeah, and you.
Yeah, for me, I started working in Costa Mesa area, actually near the fairgrounds, in 2019. And then I live in Irvine, but it's everything's within a stone throw of each other.
Yeah.
And we've got our offices here, and really just trying to network and build community with all those.
Yeah. Well, and just like the setup of your office, I know some people, probably a lot of people haven't been to the Met yet, but it's a super cool, like, what would you call it? A co-working space in a way, but
I mean, there's 3 buildings and
Yeah.
they're all different. Like this one's got like 12, 13 floors, and each floor is different.
Yeah.
So what we're in right now is a co-working space. We're partnering with Spaces, or Regis, is the name of the company that we're here. But they give us full ability to take our spaces and make it our own. So that's been beneficial for us.
it's a really cool spot, and then the outside courtyard is pretty fabulous.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I know you guys are part of this networking launch that has really been taking over.
Yeah.
It's all over Costa Mesa Buzz. Everybody's talking about it. So do you want to share anything about that? I know you've been a big part of it too.
Yeah. So for us, Zach and I are being entrepreneurs, having our own business, and being relational. There's a lot that goes into owning a business and trying to make a living, and we're always kind of just grinding it out, and there's always a hustle. In a lot of ways, that hustle and working so hard can kind of be lonely.
Yeah.
And you can find yourself almost in an island. And our heart and our value set for us is if we can bring everybody together and not just do a typical networking event where everybody's trying to sell you something or different things, like how can we actually come alongside one another? These are the skill sets that we have. Oh, this is somebody that I actually know that we can then partner with and really start to build a framework of thriving individuals, because the individuals is who's behind the business.
Yeah.
And that's really the biggest part of that.
Yeah.
And so we're putting these together, and we've got an event coming up on the 19th, September 19th from 2 to 6, I think right now at the Met here. It's free.
Yeah.
So we're going to have, finger foods, drinks, different things like that, and just create opportunities for people to kind of unwind a little bit, just talk, not have a full agenda.
Yeah.
Don't want to do a bait and switch type stuff, and then just give everybody an opportunity just to actually build some networks. And if they want to progress and go further than that, then they can.
Yeah, I attended the first one last month, and I thought it was really nice. There was no, like, you got to sit down and speak or, be in some like awkward setup. It was very natural. Everybody was very friendly. The scenery, the food, the drinks, everything was fantastic. I love that because you mentioned that your business is very like relationship based and you love the local people that you're able to work with. Although maybe one day it will be nationwide.
Definitely.
You never know. Obviously, people have connections everywhere. So, yeah, I love that. So, does being in Costa Mesa, do you feel like, because I always think of Costa Mesa, it's got that tagline, the city of the arts. So, do you feel like that's a benefit to you being a creative agency?
Yeah, we're literally on the corner of Anton and Avenue of the Arts. So, it's pretty cool. Like, you literally just drive down and you can see.
And the Museum of Art is right there.
Yeah, you can see all of like the creativity of Orange County.
Yeah.
So it is pretty cool. I've honestly never thought about it. It's like, it's perfect.
You get paid later for that one. You can put it in
We
your
will
next
for
video,
sure.
but-
It's all thanks to you all.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think that there is like a vibe here too. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if people actually do see creatives here for that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's next? Is there anything else that you want to share about your business or your future plans or just anything that you'd like to pitch to the viewing audience?
Yeah, I mean, Zach and I we have a big heart to help expand your reach, to amplify your voice. And so if there's anything we can do, I mean, feel free to hit us up. You can message us or visit More Creatives. That's with 2 O's. So Moore, and then creatives.com.
With the S.
Yeah, with the S. Always, we've had a couple people who've email more creative.
Oh.
And it's like, no, we're creatives. All of us are creative in a way. So, but you can go that route, and then we'd love to get in touch with you. Meet up, get some coffee. We've got a lot of coffee shops here, and one can never have enough.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and then you can help flesh out what people and their
totally.
businesses need and everything.
We probably have more coffee dates than coffee shops.
yeah.
So do you want to share any examples of the types of businesses that you partnered with before?
Yeah, so something interesting that's actually in the works now is this company called Sightbox, and they're in Fullerton, California, and they do a lot of startups, branding, really helping businesses look good when they start.
Yeah.
But they're incredible people. One of the owners is I met up through at church on Sunday.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, but we're actually preparing to shoot a podcast for him.
Yeah.
We have a series that's going to be coming out for his podcast and stuff like that. But
how'd you just shoot this?
So he's their company is very well known. They work with Gary Vee, Overstock, with Bed Bath and Beyond, the owner of Arcus Lemoyne. So it's pretty cool to be a part of something like that. And then we've worked with some other ones as well.
A lot of other ones. We do have a new one that's in the works. It's a true crime podcast.
We will have to.
And so it involves the people who are behind in helping with the prosecution and finding the Golden State Killer and all these different things. So this has been fun too, as well. And we've got a lot of different stuff, but those are just some of the things that
You're making me miss fights. You've produced a little bit because it is cool because you get to be creative and you get to deal with different subjects. Every day is not the same. So that's awesome. Well, Pete and Zach, thank you so much. I will link to your website and everything in your socials. Okay. And everybody come on out on the 19th and they'll be doing these networking events in the future too.
Sounds great. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.